Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk today about how to practice your bowling arm swing at home. People always ask, how can we rehearse or practice our bowling technique, our physical approach, and so on at home? Well, usually it's best done at the bowling center, as we all know, but for you newcomers to the game and beginner bowlers, there is something you can do to help improve the control and accuracy of your arm swing and your follow-through. And that simply means I'll give you two techniques, and we'll go with that for today. First, what you might want to do is find a wall at home, and as you square your shoulders to the wall, visualizing that's facing down the lane. And maybe your right shoulder, if you're a right-handed bowler, we'll use a right-handed as example, is slightly behind your left shoulder, or pretty well across from it. And then you want to extend your hand outward, finishing in a handshake position, or maybe not quite fully over to a handshake position, where the fingers, your bowling fingers gripping the ball, would finish at the outside edge of your bowling shoulder. And you want those fingers to be no more than, say, an inch away from the wall. And then you can begin to make practice swings where you swing back and swing upward, swing back and swing upward. And obviously, if you're that close to the wall, you can't bend forward and reach out because you would crush your fingers into the wall. Certainly that would hurt. That's a reminder to allow yourself to swing up. When you follow through, use the natural extension of your arm, and that's plenty of distance to follow through. Bowlers will typically try to bend over when they reach the foul line and slide, and stick their head forward, and head and shoulders way out in front of the tip of the left knee where you slide if you're a right-handed bowler. And by doing that, you reach too far, and you pull yourself off balance. And by reaching or extending too far with your follow-through, you might pull the ball offline, perhaps inside your target. That happens most commonly. So learn to swing upward and not outward. That's a good little tip. If your arm is 32 inches long, your shirt sleeve, for example, when you buy a shirt or a blouse or what have you, then don't try to make it 42 inches. 32 is fine. Just let your arm come up to its natural extension, maintain a right angle, or maybe your fingers just to the outside edge of your bowling shoulder, pretty close to a right angle, and train your swing to follow through up in that direction. Next, you can turn and put your bowling shoulder up against the wall. So you're facing away from the wall, and maybe your shoulder is only an inch or so away from the wall. And then you practice making swings, maintaining that same 90-degree relationship of your arm swinging upward and with the shoulder line of your body. And if your fingernails brush the wall slightly, then your chances are your hand, your bowling hand, and bowling fingers are following through toward the outside edge of your shoulder. And guess what, folks? That's exactly where you want to position yourself on the approach before you begin walking to the foul line to release your ball, and where you aim down the line at your targeting site on the lane. Usually we use the bowling arrows. So if the bowling arrows line up with the outside edge of your bowling shoulder and you walk nice and straight line toward the foul line, and your hand follows through toward the outside edge of your shoulder, following through or catching or releasing your hand toward that bowling target on the lane, then you're going to have a pretty good disciplined follow through. And your swing will go in the proper direction. So you have to rehearse it. Swing up, back and up, maybe 40 or 50 times until you can train the muscles of your hand and your arm to follow through out in front of your bowling shoulder. I hope these tips help you. And while you're visiting today, please take some time to look around at our wonderful extensive line of products at bowlingball.com. And if you find something you wish to purchase, just remember we're always open, and all you have to do is follow the easy online order instructions. Thanks for visiting bowlingball.com.